Okay, I don't know why this is, there we go, I guess. It's a little bit foggy. Okay, well, I don't know what's wrong, but we're going to go with it. Find the q in our quotient and remainder using synthetic division. We got x cubed plus 4x minus 6 over x minus 1. So remember, we do the step. Then you go from the highest powered coefficient term. So 1, we're missing x squared, so 0, 4, negative 6. It's the opposite of this number. Now, do you remember the pattern? Bring down, multiply, add. Bring down, multiply, add. Anyways, so bring it down, multiply, then add to the next term. So add this is 1, multiply, 4 plus 1 is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Then that's negative 1. So the remainder is negative 1, which means if I put 1 into here, I would get negative 1 as an answer, and I do. 1 cubed is 1, plus 4 times 1 is 4. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. Hey, it worked. Then the quotient starts here with the constant. This is the coefficient x squared. So your quotient is x squared plus x plus 5. Wow, all the stuff we did. Now solve by completing the square. Go ahead, well actually, go ahead and do both those problems, then turn it back on. So first thing we got to do is get a 1 for the x squared coefficient. So divide by 6, I got x squared plus 10x. Now the next step you don't have to do, but most people tell you to do it, and that's get the constant by itself. So I'm going to subtract 2. So half of 10 is 5. 5 squared is 25. But you got to add it to both sides. That's the mistake most people make. They forget to add it to this side. Factor, you get x plus 5, which is x plus 5 squared. Then you square root both sides. Zoopers. So it'll be x plus 5 equals plus or minus the square root of 23. Subtract 5, the answer is negative 5 plus or minus square root of 23. Hey, that was fun. Last problem, solve this. If you haven't, stop and do it, but if you did, first thing we need to do is factor the bottom. So the LCD is x plus 1, x minus 1. The most that each occurs in each denominator. So the LCD, x plus 1, x minus 1. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. Now, then we find the undefined. There's variables in the bottom. You always got to be careful. There might be a number that comes into play as an answer that cannot be an answer. So what do I put in for x that would cause it to be undefined? And that would be 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, or negative 1. Now notice, if I said what's the domain, you'd say all reals except 1 or negative 1, because you can't use those. So I'm going to multiply everything by the LCD, which is x plus 1, x minus 1. So this would be 5x minus 1 plus 7x plus 1 equals 10x. So 5x minus 5 plus 7x plus 7 equals 10x. So this would be 12x plus 2. And I'm running out of room. So I'm going to do 2 steps at once. Your honors, you can handle it. So I'm going to subtract the 10x and I'm going to subtract the 2. So it'd be 2x equals negative 2. Ooh, boy, that was huge. 2 steps at once. Divide by do-si-do. So x equals negative 1. Hey, this review stuff is fun. All the stuff I'm memorizing. Hopefully you remembered it from before. But hey, let's turn you off.